Hello everyone, it's Sabrina Fox from Fox Legal Training in celebration of our recently launched back to school offer that we are doing. I wanted to create something called a mind map, which many of you may be familiar with, and I've paired it with Monkey Business's annotated offering memorandum. So this mind map is amazing. It has literally everything that I think you should be looking for when you are analyzing a high yield bond. And I'm going to go through every single one of these provisions with you using our case study. And today I'm going to start with redemption. So redemption is the first of the provisions that we're going to go through. And in my personal opinion, after my many years of analyzing many deals, I think that starting with redemption makes a lot of sense. It's a commercial term. It's not too heavy sort of legalese, so you're kind of like dipping your toe in the water, doesn't get too overwhelming too fast. And there are a few different provisions that I would recommend looking at. So if we just look down on the Monkey Business OM is annotated, which means that you can go directly to these provisions just by clicking here on these hyperlinked, the hyperlinked table of contents. So when you're looking at the redemption provisions, you're probably going to want to start with, obviously there will be some summary things here, which you can see as at the beginning of the OM, pages 31, 32, 33. That's all going to be very summary disclosure. It will tell you things like, we can see there's a 10% of 103, and we can see when the non-call period ends and the time that the equity clause begins and the equity clause percentage, etc., and the amount that needs to remain outstanding. But you might just want to go directly to the optional redemption provisions in the description of notes itself, which is here. So when you're looking at redemption, you want to be looking for 4 main things and then just sort of an extra for any other things that might be there. So the 4 main things you're going to be looking for are the optional redemption schedule. It's going to be non-call something, non-call to, or whatever the maturity is. The non-call period has got shorter and shorter in the time that I've been doing this job, but it will be non-call for some period of time. Prior to that, the borrower will have to pay a make whole to redeem the bonds unless there's another redemption provision applicable at that point. So the optional redemption provisions will be here in this table. They'll obviously not be present in a preliminary OM because the deal has not been priced yet, but it should be par plus coupon, half a coupon, and then par, or par plus half the coupon and then quarter and par, depending how many years you've got for the non-call period between that and maturity. And then you've got the 10% at 103 provision, which I look for and think of as kind of a bellwether of a toppy market. It's something that borrowers really like to get, but if the borrower is struggling or the market is a bit iffy, it's not something you would see, or it's something you could kind of look at to potentially have taken out. And then we also have the the equity clause, which, as we can see here, is set up to be 40% of the aggregate principal amount of the notes, leaving 50% outstanding. And then I'd like to call attention to this language, unless all notes are redeemed substantially concurrently, because what this will allow the borrower to do is use the equity clause together with the make whole if they, for example, have to take the bonds out in an LBO because they don't have the covenant capacity to do the LBO, excuse me, then they can use a blended redemption premium with the make whole and the equity clause if they use this provision here. So I think probably worth adding that to the mind map. Look for the blended make whole redemption language, question mark. Great. And then the sustainability step up redemption provisions, go back up to the table of contents and see that these are all set out here in a separate section. And you're going to be looking for each of these. So summary of the SPT, the sustainability adjustments in the case of certain transactions, and then the step-up redemption premium itself. So starting with the SPT, we can see there's a baseline based on greenhouse gas emissions, scope 1 and 2. There's the date of the step-up, a compliance certificate. The SPT is set out here, and then the actual percent reduction compared to the baseline. So all of that is set out here. And then there are provisions for when the borrower has some kind of an acquisition, investment, or disposal, which might change some of these provisions. So of course we want to know how they're going to deal with that, and that is all set out here under the heading Sustainability Adjustments. And then finally, we'd want to take a look at the redemption premium itself, which is set out here below the last optional redemption provision, and is 0.75%. So I'm going to stop there for now, and just do redemption today, and I hope that you all found that very helpful. Like I said, I would start with redemption. I think it's a useful place to get started. Analyzing, obviously, what the commercials are in the deal is going to be very important to the investors. I'm very much looking forward to introducing you to the rest of the mind map, and also would love to direct you over to our website this week, which we are getting updated to present our back to school offer. Also feel free to get in touch if you would like more information about that. We'd love to come in and do some of our hybrid training. We do the training in person, and then we give you access to the online platform. So it really drives that knowledge home and allows people to revisit it so that we get that amazing neuroplasticity working and the information actually sticks. So I hope you found that helpful. I'm gonna go drink a giant bottle of water, and I will see you again for another one tomorrow. Thanks everyone.